Okay, let's do a short tutorial on Movie Maker, how to get a movie from YouTube and music from YouTube and put them into a presentation. Alright, first thing, let's open up Movie Maker. Okay, now it says you can add videos and photos. Well, let's go get a video. Let's open up the internet. Let's go to YouTube. Okay, and then we click on YouTube, and I'm going to pull up a video. Let's do the, how about Abbott and Costello, who's on first? Okay, this video looks like it's going to be good, so let's pause it. Now, what we want to do is we need to go to the internet. We need a YouTube to MP4 converter. I've used a few, and you sometimes you'll find different ones. I just like this one, for example. Use this one, bring it up. It asks you for the video link, so go to the YouTube and get your YouTube link. Put it in there. Then change it to an MP4. Make sure that happens, because otherwise it'll turn it into an MP3 by default, which is an audio file. Click Convert. Okay. Sometimes this will pop up and say, can't do it. Try another one. Notice this one says, okay, your download's ready, we can download. Now sometimes with these there'll be a pop-up. If there's a pop-up, just kill the pop-up. If you feel safer doing it here at the COE, please do. I've never gotten a virus from one, but they'll pop up, make you think it's got something. Just X out of the pop-up. Okay, then when you get down here, notice it gives you open or save. I recommend you save as, and then save it to the, I save it to the desktop. I think I like to work from the desktop, but you can save it wherever you want. Okay, so we've got the file, and let's go back to Movie Maker. Alright, and let's add this file. Notice I went to the I go to the desktop to get mine. It was the Abbott and Costello routine, so it's this one. Okay, then notice it puts it into Movie Maker. Now let's just play and make sure it's okay. Alright, looks like we got most of it. Yeah, looks like we've got it. It's about 8 minutes. Okay, now as you go through, you can skip to whatever your part. No. Okay, let's look. Let's say we decide I'm going to bring it. Let's say. Okay, let's say we want to bring it to where he starts his routine, his who's on first routine. So we start here. We want this. We don't need the beginning part, so we don't need 8 minutes in there. So go to the edit screen and tell it to split this track. Now notice what it did. The front part's here. We don't need that. I'm going to delete. Just delete it, and it's gone. So now look, the video starts here, and notice it's dropped down to 7:26. And let's say we're making our trailer, and we only need, let's say we only need about 30 seconds out of here. We don't need any more than that. So let's go to about 30 seconds, and then we'll split it again. Okay, now we don't need the back piece this time, so we click on that and we hit delete, and it's gone. Now notice what you have. You have about 30 seconds of video. That's all we wanted. So you can trim video, which is really helpful, because you don't necessarily want 8 minutes. You might only want just one joke or something like that. Alright, so we put that in there. Now let's add a title real quick. Let's add a title. Let's say this is my test movie. We can put that in. So we clicked on title. We got that. And then you can change this and do some various things. You can change the way, look, you can change the way the words come in. You can pick. Let's just say we like it to emerge swinging down. That's fine. So we do that. You can change the background color of this thing. Let's say we want to go with a crimson colored. Okay. Now notice the wording here, the caption underneath. You can change this too. Let's say you want to change this to yellow. Let's see. We want to make this something else. Well, I'm sorry, I meant to go over here. Change it to yellow here. Okay, so now when you see this, press play, you're going to have yellow My Test Movie. Okay, so we put a title. You got the movie going. All right, let's press pause here. Let's say we want to. Let's go over here in the middle of the movie. Let's just say in the middle of the movie we decided to split it again. And what we want now is we want to put a picture in here. So let's go to home, add a picture, and we can decide on whatever picture we want. I'll just take one off my computer from somewhere. Let's just use, let me go to my pictures. Let's just we want Alex Trebek in the middle of this thing. Okay, so we put in Alex Trebek, and he showed up at the back. That's okay. Drag him to the middle where you split it. Now notice what happens here. You got your video playing. And then notice you have Alex Trebek in there. For whatever reason. And then now it goes back to the movie. That's fine. Alright, so let's say now we want to add some Jeopardy music right in here. That would help us out. So let's go back to the internet. And you can go anywhere you want. I'm going to use YouTube again. Let's find some Jeopardy. How about Jeopardy theme song? There we go. Alright, so we got a few of them. This one's about an hour. Let's do this one. This is about 30 seconds. You can do whatever you want, honestly. Let's do this one. It's about 30 seconds. Perfect. Exactly what I want. Alright, so then what I can do now is, and you could use the same one if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. I'll just show you though. Let's say we want to do this one, YouTube to MP3, and you can go find another one. I mean, just to show you could do either one. You could use the same one. I'll just show you how they work. Let's click out of that one. Alright, so we got the Jeopardy theme song. Go back to this converter, paste, convert. Okay, so let's see, it says video successfully converted to MP3. Let's download that one. Now notice at the bottom here, open, we talked about we want to save as. Let's save as the desktop. Okay, I've already got it on the desktop. Desktop's my default, so we'll say yes. Okay, let's go back into Movie Maker. Now, let's say we want to add music. Go to Add Music, and then you would let's go to the desktop. Let's go to the Jeopardy theme song. So you can add that in here as well. What I want to show you though before I do that is, let me cancel that for a second, is you can just add in the music as needed. Now let's say you need to actually trim the music up a little bit. My recommendation is Audacity. So you can open up Audacity, and then you can click open, desktop, and then go find your file that you want. Ours is the Jeopardy theme song here. Notice what it does. It brings it in here for us. Plus play to check it. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Now let's say instead of 30 seconds, we only need 15 seconds. So let's say we want to cut it out right here. Just click at the 15-second mark, and then hold down your left click and go to the end, and then hit delete. Now notice we have a 15-second Jeopardy theme song. That's all we wanted. There's a lot you can do with Audacity. I'm just showing the basics. You can play with it. I'll put a link on our site. Okay, so let's say we got it. We got our 15 seconds. You can trim the front if you want. Let's say I don't want this dead space. Go ahead and click there, and then click that out. Now test it. Perfect. You got your 15 seconds of song or theme or whatever. Okay, now when you go to File, go to Export Audio. When you export audio, I recommend the desktop again. Notice what it does. It saves it as a WAV file, which is good for Microsoft because we're going to be doing some things with interactive PowerPoints and some other things, and the WAV file is the only form it'll take. There's other ones you can see. If you need specifically see the Apple and things like that, we're going to go with WAV. WAV's the default. So let's click Save. And then you can put in information here if you want to. I'm just going to click OK. All right, let's get out of Audacity. Now, notice on our desktop we've got the WAV file, and this is the MP3 file from originally. This one's 30 seconds, this one's 15 seconds. Let's say we want to use the 15-second one. So we'll go in here, we'll add the music, desktop, and we'll scroll down, and then we want to do the WAV file. There's the MP3, we're going to use the WAV. Now notice it inserts it into our project. Now notice if you do it here, and you press play, it's at the beginning. We don't want it there, so you can take this thing and you can drag it to this one. Okay? And then notice now when you play, let's back up just a smidgen. Let's start right about here. Press play. It shifts to our picture with our music. Okay, so we need, now here's an issue, right? We got here and we don't want the music to keep going. So you can click on this music here, and then notice it highlighted it, and you can take the bar down to about, let's say, and you can see how it does the transition there. You can make it transition smoother, things like that. Those are just things, aesthetic things we'll talk about. But now you can go in here to edit. See the music tools? Edit, music tools. Before we used the video tools to split it. Now we're using the music tool. Go ahead and do a split here. See how it's split? This one, and this one are now two separate ones. See? Now this one here we don't need, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to delete it. Now notice what happens. It's only going to play. Let's move our bar here and play again. Perfect. So we got a video in the middle. We've got our picture. We've got our audio sounds. So now you can go in here and you can add some captions to this if you want to. Notice, I'm going to put some caption. I click caption. Let's enter some text. Let's say, "You win." Okay. So we do "you win." And you can change the size and do some other things like that. But now notice what happens when we play this. It's got our caption in there, "You win." And you can make it show up. You can make it larger. You can change the color. I mean, there's so many things we can do. So what I want you to get out of this is just a basics of Movie Maker. I do recommend, though, at the end, put some credits. Type in your credits. Give credit for where you got pictures. Give credit for where you got the video. Give credit for where you got the audio. Take the links and give credit as well. Okay, so these are just some very basic things that we're going to be doing in Movie Maker. And if you have any questions, we'll be working with you throughout the term. I've also posted one for iMovie that I think will help you as well.